the way free agency plays out now is just completely different than the way it used to be. We're on, I think, day 5 of free agency if you count the tampering period, and we're seeing the blocking tight ends and the long snappers and the fullbacks. Those guys are getting jobs. Those used to be the moves you'd see 3 weeks from now that told you, hey, free agency is over, and they're happening now with real players still left on the board. You're watching the dot presented by Matt Bauer's Auto Group. So yeah, I say that all to say, even though the Saints just signed their blocking tight end Stoll from Philadelphia, who, by the way, I think is a pretty good move for them. Familiarity with Kellen Moore, familiarity with TJ Paginetti, the run game coordinator. Getting your blocking tight end that knows how to fit in the system is at least, if nothing else, a good floor to set for everybody else to beat in camp. But I think free agency has been interesting for the Saints because of all the things that we thought were going to happen that didn't. And I think what they're doing is telling us that they think this team can still compete. And because of that, I don't think that they are done in free agency. I think there's still some moves left on the board for them that they're going to try to execute. And that doesn't mean they're going to be successful in trying to execute those things. But I think there is going to be an effort to try to get some stuff done here over the next couple of days to bolster this roster and to make their push toward trying to win this NFC South a little bit more feasible and realistic. And I think we're going to see some stuff maybe push toward that. And it's going to be interesting to see what can happen and what can't, and if they actually do anything. But that's just my gut feel. No reporting on that. Just watching their moves, trying to understand them, trying to get a feel for what the Saints are in 2025. That's what my feeling is telling me right now. So going to be interesting to see what kind of happens over these next couple of days. A couple other things that happened. They signed Ike Adam. I thought that was a good move for them. They tried to sign some other cornerbacks throughout free agency, which just started a couple of days ago. Totally crazy. But yeah, they tried to sign a couple guys. Things didn't work out. They went back to Adam. So I think they're probably done at that position. And that's not the worst ad in the world for them. He had a good season here in 23. Has been with Staley a few different places. So that's a piece that gets in there. And then they've been able to rework kind of everybody's contract that they wanted to rework. So that's a good thing too. But team's kind of coming together, and it looks a lot like it did last year. New coaching staff, kind of the same roster. I still think that roster might change a little bit here over the next couple of days with some additions. We'll see if they're major impact or just minor impact. And then it's going to be on to the draft. And I think we can kind of see where a lot of the pieces are going to move over the next month or so, where they'd have their needs. I think they've really opened up their options at number 9. They aren't backed into a corner on anything. I think the Chase Young signing means they don't have to draft an end there unless they want to draft an end there. So that was a good move too. So we've seen kind of some housekeeping with what they're trying to do. And I think we see what they want to be throughout these 5 days of free agency. I think that story has been told, but I don't think the story is all the way told yet. So we're going to see what happens next.